Good morning, everybody, and a very warm welcome to you on this wonderful morning to our session number 923. So congratulations to all of us. We are soon inching towards our 1000th session. What a wonderful day that will be. Okay, guys. So today I had a thought, and the thought was we have an image of ourselves. And we have an image that we show to the world. Or there is an image that we want the world to see. Think about that. Now, I'm not talking about the image that you see of yourself. What is the image that you want the world to see? Anybody wants to say anything about that? What is that image that you wish the world to see? No, it's an image that you have concluded long time back that that's what you are. And you must be like that to prove that you are and to defend that you are. You getting it? Like I'm there. Yes, Radhika. You muted yourself just now before talking.
I wish to have an image of a respectable human being who keep up his word.
Okay, that's the image that you want to maintain.
Yes, sir.
It's real. I mean, you really want to be like that, huh? Okay, very nice. Thank you very much for sharing that. So check and see, what is the image? That's what Reddy Garu says. What about others? What is the image you must maintain, no matter what? It's an image that you concluded that you are. I mean, that's your never-ending story, I must be like that, I must be like that, I must be like that.
Yeah, I feel I have an image that I'm always helpful. And I always want to keep up to that.
Okay.
Whatever may be the situation.
So I must be always helpful. Okay. Somebody else?
So I am always gentle, sweet, loving, and caring. I try to.
I must be.
Yes.
I
am
am,
that
I
kind of
must be.
person.
Okay, somebody else? Kulindarji is done. Neeti ji, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So being genuine, being balanced and open to everything. That is the newer me that I am aligning with at this moment. Open to everything.
Okay. So what is the image that you must have people see? It's like people must see me like that. See, one is that I am like that. One is that people must see me like this. That is the image, Like people hire image consultants to make an image that people should see. So good. Thanks for sharing. We are at least looking into it. So what is the image that people must see? You don't want anything else to be seen, but you want that image to be seen. Yeah, go ahead, Priya.
That I'm a unbiased person and working for the society all the time.
That's the image you want people to see.
Yes.
Yes, Reddy Garu.
Sir, I wish people to see whether I'm open to receive or not.
You want people to see whether you're open to receive or not.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. So let's listen. I mean, Vipinji, good to see you back. You were missed. We missed you.
I was a bit busy, so I couldn't come.
Okay. Yes, Kunain. Kunain, you said you wanted to say something. आपका हाथ खड़ा था. I guess
I
he does.
think there's an issue with his audio.
Just raise your hand if you can hear us, Kunain.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, there's some issue with my audio. So actually, I had never thought of this question before, that whether I must do some intentional act to let people see that I am like this. But maybe somewhere it is below the conscious level. So what what's coming up right now is I want people to let me understand that I am available for any sort of help, making a difference in others' life if I am meeting or if I'm interacting or whatsoever the situation. So sort of creating a difference in the life in whatsoever way possible.
Is that the image you are wanting to create?
It happens automatically. There's no intentional extra efforts, but
That's why we call it the never-ending story.
hmm.
तो साथ साथ चलती है. यूं ही चला चल. Yes, Vipin ji.
To me, I think I want to have an image to who brings surplus in the life of people and solves the problems which are normally not solvable.
True. All right, somebody else?
Sir,
Yep.
image of I am selfless and kind.
That people should see that I am selfless and kind.
Yes,
Very
yes.
nice. Nice image. All right. Manav, you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, I want people to see me as a kind soul who's doing good all over the world.
So having said that, there's another flip side of that question which I wish to ask everyone. And the question is, what is it that you don't want the world to see? I mean, after all, as a human being, we are a composite of everything, isn't it? Very interesting thing happened in the year 2007 or 8. I had gone to do a very advanced NLP workshop. It was called Tools of the Spirit. You know, it was about integrating and accepting yourself completely, right? You know, so we have a dark side and we have the bright side, the positive side and the negative side. And we keep on wanting to only be present to the positive side, and we negate or we want to deny the negative side. Okay, which means ki I'm in judgment of half of me and I'm denying it, and I will accept only half of me. And what will happen when you integrate the two? That's when this thinking came up. Is okay, so there is something which we allow people to see. We want people to see. In fact, we are desperate that they should see only that. So maybe that's my way of trying to survive in this world, that if people see me like that, then I'm a good person, you know. Do you notice the underlying judgment there? That I must be seen like that. I must be judged like that. So I'm judging myself like that. I only want the world to see that part of me which I accept. Now, does it mean that you go around shouting about your not good parts or whatever it is you call it? No, you don't have to go around shouting कि ये मेरे negative है. But you certainly don't want people to find that out, do they? Do you? No. So before we proceed, let's listen to what Priya has to say. Yeah, Priya.
I just wanted to answer the question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I don't want people to see that I also get sad sometimes. मुझे भी बहुत गुस्सा आता है. And I'm a vulnerable person, emotional as well. So something like that. So yes, that's it.
So when you're able to say that, what do you feel? The moment you are able to say what you just said, and you said it, how does that make you feel?
Sad. अरे यार फिर रोना मत शुरू कर दिया करो हर बार ऐसे.
Acha, really, is that all you feel?
हाँ?
Is that all you feel? जब कुछ छुपाने को नहीं रहा तो एक इंसान कैसा महसूस करता है?
Lighter, light like a feather.
Exactly.
And
More
second thought
freedom.
was this also. कि, oh, बोल दिया. इतना आसान था क्या? ऐसे.
ये तो कुछ भी नहीं है.
Right.
Okay, thank you. So are you getting the point that I'm making, ladies and gentlemen, that if you want an image to be seen, then there is something that you don't want that people should see. And if there is something which you have which you don't want people to see and you're afraid that they'll see it, how does that affect you in your everyday interactions with people? Like I've lived with, I should not get angry. Good boys don't get angry. Okay. So it was extremely difficult. Even sometimes, look, anger is not a useless thing. It's a very useful thing. It can be used when it has to be used. But I don't want to use that. Is that a limitation for me? So when I am not willing to accept a certain part of myself, or if I'm denying that, what is it doing to me? And if I were to be an allowance of whatever I'm not being an allowance of, what would it make possible for me in my life? That's the question to ask, isn't it? So an image is your never-ending story. As you can see, it just keeps on going along with you. It's an image you have concluded that you are. It's an image you have concluded that you must be to prove that you are, and you keep wanting to defend that you are. So why do we create an image? I believe maybe to know that we belong. So you know what you can do. So you know what you can get away with. That's the thing. I can get away with this and I cannot get away with that. Instead of that, what is another thing that we could be being? See, instead of trying to be an image or projecting an image, how about if we were into, okay, so what is possible here? So instead of being like, I must be perceived like this, or people should see me like this, what if my attention was on what is possible here? So people who have done public speaking or who do public speaking, many of us do. Manav certainly does. Kunain also does. Vetrivel, is he here? I do not know. A lot of people do public speaking. Now, when you're doing public speaking, if your attention, अगर आपका ध्यान जो है, your attention is on how will people perceive me? मैं कैसा दिखता हूं उनको? Am I projecting the right image? How would that affect you as a speaker? How would it affect you to actually contribute? See, when we speak to people, when we address people, are we addressing them to create an impression about ourselves? Are we trying to speak to impress them, or are we trying to speak to make a difference to everybody? More than that, are we not speaking to create a new possibility in their life? Yes, Manav.
So what I've been discovering is that for the longest time in my journey, it was about making an impression, the kind of impression that I'm kind, I'm nice. And then there are other aspects of life where kindness doesn't work. And certain situations require a certain way of being. And I would lose out because I would not be able to generate that way of being. And to be effective, one can either live on that same old record कि मैं तो ऐसा हूँ, मैं ऐसे ही करूंगा,
ऐसा ही रहना पड़ेगा मुझे.
कि रहना पड़ेगा और मेरे को सहना पड़ेगा. I'm a good guy. Good guys have to saho. Or one can look at what is the situation requiring you to be. It's like being water. That's the way I saw it. So, like for example, if the situation requires me to lose my shirt, and for the lack of a better phrase, if it requires for me to be an absolute bastard, I can generate being an absolute bastard. It was very uncomfortable for me to be able to generate that. But for the past few years, I've been practicing being whatever is required for that situation. And that really allows for me to bring in whatever is possible in that situation, whatever I need what to be, make happen. So that's what I've been observing.
Yeah. So the key word here is operating from what is possible here now.
Yeah. What is possible, what is required, and what is possible. Sometimes.
Exactly. What is required, what is possible, what can be created in this situation for the greater good of all, rather than having your attention on, dhyan is ke my image must not be spoiled. So that's what he beautifully explained. Thank you very much, Manav. Yes, Vipinji.
Sir, what I feel is that if you try to create an image, whatever is in your mind, if you artificially do that, there are 100 eyes looking at you, and they are reading your body language, and they read what you don't know about yourself. So it's not in your hands to create some image, because yesterday I met Mr. Atul Puri. He came to my place. So he observed something. I was talking now in normal way. He observed something. He said energy is missing somewhere. So it is a truth or not, that is a separate issue. But people observe, people retain that information about you, and they keep on judging. This is also a wet work, that people keep on seeing what will happen, what will not happen. When I started sugarcane thing, a lot of my friends said we used to think ये suicide करेगा, इसको खेती आती होती है नहीं, इसने शुरू कर लिया. एंड नाउ दे से ये ठीक चल रहा है. तो ये ऑब्जर्वेशन चलती रहती है साथ साथ. आप नहीं मेंटेन कर सकते, लोगों की मर्जी है, आपके बारे में क्या सोचेंगे.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you. Great point. One more thing I want us all to be aware of. We are showing an image for what? Because we want to be judged in a particular fashion. It is also to avoid being judged in a certain fashion. मेरे बारे में ये ना कहें कहीं. They should not say like this about me. See, then when we are with people, all of us, we feel that they should not be judging me like this. So I was just talking to you, I just realized that I have always wanted that they should not see me as a greedy person, लालची इंसान है. I used to always operate from they should not see Sukhdeepak as a matlabi insan. Now imagine if you think like that, what are the things that you will not do? If you don't want people to think that you're a greedy person, if you don't want people to think you are a matlabi person, What are the things you will not do? Which may be required?
Overgiving and no boundaries.
Overgiving and
No boundaries at all. So you extend yourself even by putting yourself into difficult situations.
क्योंकि मैं जो तो मतलबी नहीं हूँ, मैं greedy नहीं हूँ, मैं बहुत बड़ा महान हूँ. People should see me like that, you know. And we start taking on a lot of irrelevant stuff which we don't have to. That's what Ruti so beautifully said. You know. So question is, when our let me put it correctly. Where is my attention? That's more important, isn't it? If my attention is on preserving an image. Now, Vipin just mentioned somebody, I've been coaching him for a long time. And that's exactly what he was doing for a long time until he dropped it, you know. And today, his work has exponentially increased because he saw what I was trying to tell him and he dropped that, right? Because when your attention is in preserving your image, then there are a whole lot of things connected with your image. Log mujhe aisa hi dekhen, they should see me like this only, not like that. So it's limiting how many possibilities you can create for yourself and for others. See, we are all, let me remind you once again, wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human beings. We deserve to be loved and respected for who we are. You don't have to become somebody else to get love and respect, yeah. Our problem in life is that we have always felt, hey, I should be like that. Then only I'll get the respect and love that I deserve. And the sad part is, because we think like that, we don't give ourselves that love and respect that we deserve. And believe me, if you don't love and respect yourself, nobody else will. Vipin ji said something very interesting, you know, if you don't really think that you deserve love and respect, which means aap khud ki izzat nahi karte ho, so whatever image you show to the world, it will look like a false image, na? There is some word called dissonance. Energy mein, there is resonance and there is dissonance. Now, Vipin ji is a scientist, so Vipin ji, can you explain what is resonance and what is dissonance in technical terms?
Resonance, I can explain. Dissonance is new to me. When
opposite of resonance is dissonance.
Yes. When there is a harmony, when there is a kadam tal, you can say, then the output becomes very high and things are going to happen. They raise actually. And when there is no harmony in the thing, that is dissonance, nothing happens. It's all hayway, sir.
That's, dissonance.
Yeah.
Like in an orchestra, all the instruments are playing in harmony.
Yeah.
And one of the instrument is going in his own way. It's the music is not nice. So
if the leader is able to enroll people, I love this word given by you, then things are in resonance. When they are not enrolled, then there may be some disturbance and there is a dissonance.
Because when somebody is not enrolled, he is convinced. Convince or enroll में क्या होता है कि he is convinced against his will or अभी चलो ये बोल रहे हैं, सब लोग बोल रहे हैं, so I should do it. But he's inside resisting it.
Yeah.
Because he's not sold on it, right? He doesn't resonate with it.
Yes.
So when somebody resonates with what you say and they see a fulfillment for themselves in what you say, they are enrolled, they'll join you.
Yep.
So it'll be like, तुम मुझको खून दो, मैं तुमको आजादी दूंगा. People are willing to do that.
Yes, sir.
Why? Because there is an authenticity over there. So coming back to attention, if my attention is on creating or making sure that people only see this and not that, so my attention is on then defending that image. My attention is on being fearful कि यार पता ना लग जाए इनको मेरी असलियत क्या है. So where should my attention be? कहाँ होना चाहिए इसको? Simple question. In my everyday life, where should my attention be?
Without bias, trying to achieve what you want to achieve. I want to give a small example from my statements. When people call me up and say, आपका project report दिखाओ, आपका financial दिखाओ, ये काम कैसे चलेगा? तो instead of handling them, ऐसे मुझे आता नहीं है ये निकालना. मुझे सच में नहीं आता है. आप आओ, आप निकाल दो. तो उससे कुछ लोग वापस जाते हैं, लेकिन उससे ज्यादा लोग जुड़ते हैं आके, क्योंकि सच बोल रहे हैं. तो ऑब्जेक्टिव जो है वो जो आपका ऑब्जेक्टिव है उसमें आप कुछ मैनिपुलेशन नहीं करते, जो हो जैसे हो बता देते हो, तो एनरोलमेंट बढ़ती है.
Yeah, it's interesting because अभी कल परसों मेरी बात हो रही थी with a company and they want some training to be done, all right? So within 10 minutes of that conversation, that very senior lady, she said, yes, Mr. Malvai, this is exactly what we want. So can you send us a proposal? I said, no. So she said, why? So I said, look, I want to speak to some of those people whom you want me to train. There is a particular issue that you're addressing, and unless I know firsthand what it is, my proposal will just be a very generic one. And I don't like to give generic proposal. She says, yes, Malvai Sahab, I understand. I'm also a facilitator. I've also done this, but please send me a generic proposal because I have to move the papers internally. And until I move the papers internally, how can I give you permission to come and talk to my people? Now, this is interesting. De facto, she's saying, listen, I trust you. You just send something, so we'll move things, and then final kaise karna hai, we'll work it out. This is exactly the kind of example that Vipin was giving. So that fellow was saying, पहले तुम अपना मेरे को दिखाओ financials, ये दिखाओ, वो दिखाओ, फिर सोचेंगे. And there's another guy, he says कि विपिन जी, हमने तो associate करना ही है. In order to move my association forward, at some point I might need some papers from you. But where does that come from? It comes from keeping your attention where it should be. So generally question, or not only for Vipinji, everybody, where would you like to keep your attention today? Consciously. Because when we are not consciously putting our attention, have you noticed it goes somewhere? Anyhow. Your attention goes where it goes. आपका ध्यान कहीं ना कहीं चला जाता है ना. कहाँ जाता है ज्यादातर? Where does it go? In your default mode.
जब सारा ध्यान उस इमेज को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए जाएगा, you will do everything to protect, take care, nurture, all of that. And also, the intention is to not get hurt because there are fallout of protecting that image.
Yes.
And if all your life is going to be only and only about this, where will you have the openness to see anything else? Where will you allow your awareness to flow to?
Exactly.
Possible.
Yeah. And in the default mode, your attention will always get into survival activities like this. Maintaining an image is a survival activity. Defending an image is a survival activity. In the default mode, how much of your attention is going to create possibilities? In your survival mode, how much of your attention goes into creating something other than survival activities? in the default mode, where is the attention automatically going? You know that, yeah? Why don't you say so? Aren't you aware of it? Yes, Vipinji.
You are back to trap, and it is difficult to come out of your default mode once you are trapped in that trap. And attention definitely is sucked by that trap, and you are not able to see the possibilities. Then you need a handholding or some trigger to come out.
Exactly. You are stuck in that rut. जैसे वो गांव में ना, those बैलगाड़ी goes again and again over a particular track, so ruts are formed. वो गड्ढा सा बन जाता है. It's like a rail line, right? So that बैलगाड़ी का driver can go to sleep. So बैलगाड़ी will reach where it is supposed to reach. क्योंकि it's in a rut, ना? It's called a rut. Or a track, or whatever you may like to call it. So my simple question, practical question, not a theoretical one. If you look at our activities on a day-to-day basis, how much of our attention is going to what type of activities? One of them definitely preserving and maintaining our image and making sure कि लोग गलत ना सोचें. And if somebody thinks galat, then you get angry with that person, or you may get argument with people. That's one side of it. Where else does your attention go?
Staying in your comfort zone.
Staying in your comfort zone, yeah. And give some symptoms of that. What is that comfort zone you're talking about? It's different for different people, na Vibhuti?
Yes. So when it comes to me, it is like procrastinating. What should I do? The
Yeah.
activities I should be doing it, the changes I should be making in my life. I know it would be good for me, but I just keep on staying in my comfort zone.
Yeah. So the question is, to be very specific, you're saying, I am intellectually aware that my attention should be on creating stuff in my life which I need to do, which I have to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But where is it then? If it is not doing constructive activities, your attention is not focused on that, then where is it focused then? कहीं ना कहीं तो ध्यान होता है ना?
Yeah.
I mean, we are not unconscious. So if my attention is not on creating something for my life, then where is my attention? That is my question.
Okay.
It is somewhere. So can you make out where your attention is on the time? Is it on
Maintaining the image?
Okay, that's one of them. But if you're alone in the house, with whom you will maintain the image? With your parents. They may be in their room, you are in your room. My question is, even when you're doing nothing, where is your attention? Some people don't know what to do with their attention, so they'll watch a movie on the OTT, or they'll read a book or listen to music because they don't like it with their own thoughts.
Self-loathing?
You mean you're actually sitting and thinking thoughts of hatred about yourself? Is that actually
Hatred, or might be thinking about the past. What
so
happened?
So attention is going over there.
Yeah.
And as you can see that it's definitely not very empowering to go on about the past, right?
Definitely not.
Right. So as a conscious human being, do you think that you have a choice to focus your attention where you desire?
Yes.
Okay. So then the next question to ask is that if I do, and I have a choice to focus my attention where I desire, then why am I not doing that? So the question to ask is, what is keeping me stuck that I'm not able to focus my attention where it should go? मुझे पता है, I mean, see, we are all very, very experienced people and adults here, so we know. So let's be in that question. So I'll just want to draw your attention to one thing. Since we are picking up the thoughts, feelings, and emotions of some 250,000 people all the time, okay? Where do you think your attention must be going then? So think about that while we speak to Reddy Garu. Yes, sir.
of the time to negative thoughts, sir.
They go to the negative thoughts,
Yeah.
right? And we are aware that we are going to negative thoughts.
Yes, sir.
So that's what my question is. That when we are aware it's going to negative thoughts, why are we not focusing our attention on what is required? See, negative thoughts are not bad. They are indicators, no?
Yes, sir.
Like when you're driving your car, if your indicator says that you're driving at 120 kilometers an hour, what will you do?
I'll reduce the speed.
Similarly, if your negative thoughts are telling you something, you have a choice to do something, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
What's that? See, when a negative thought is there,
Yeah.
what can you replace it with?
Positive thoughts, sir.
Exactly. So some negative thought is happening. Oh, this is very bad. This is happening. It should not be happening. So you can replace it with, okay, what action is possible now to get rid of this situation? That will put your attention on by asking a question. Okay?
Yes.
Simple. You can create your own clearing statement. You know, what energy, space, and consciousness can I be to get over this situation and create the possibilities that I want in my life? Everything that is times a godzillion will I destroy and create it all. Yes, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pork, online shorts, boys, poets, and beyond. So there is a role of something called awareness. So when we get into the default mode, everything is happening in the background. No? Processing is happening in the background. We don't know that it's happening. Okay? Then we'll put a label on, oh, I'm now in my default mode. Now I'm in my comfort zone. At that moment, you are living with that label called I'm in my comfort zone. So if your mind is saying I'm in my comfort zone, what should you do immediately? I mean, you should certainly not put on some song and listen to मुझे चैन से रहने दो मेरे पास ना आओ. गाने भी सुनेंगे फिर वैसे ऐसे भूली हुई यादें मुझे इतना न सताओ मुझे चैन से रहने दो मेरे पास न आओ. तो मत सोचो ना भूली हुई यादें. I mean, I sometimes wonder, are we masochistic people? So we are getting into that mode and then we listen to some more songs like that to make us feel more bad. Ha ha, dunya kitni berahm hai, and all that shit. So what's required is awareness. Okay, what's going on with me? Should I allow myself to stay in that state? Kabhi kabhi maza aata hai to stay in that state also. Nothing wrong with it. But how long should you stay in that state? I mean, if you're in that state for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it's fine, yeah. Get out of it. Use the power of generation. Do you remember? What is power of generation?
Yes.
I think its time has come to explain what the whole thing is. See, situations outside of you or your own mind will influence you. Correct? The world is influencing you all the time. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
How does the world influence you? Through your feelings. Okay, something happens outside, immediately you have a feeling, an emotion in your body, and that feeling will affect your actions. Okay. Now tell me, if a person has been facing a lot of disappointments in their life for many years, what is the feeling they will be having in them? And what would be the actions associated with that feeling? Yes, Reddy Garu.
Sir, you'll be sad and demotivated always.
Yeah, and you know something, that is still okay. There is something even worse than that.
You feel you don't want to live.
And not that bad also. It's a
Okay.
feeling of indifference, Nothing is going to happen. I've shared this story about this friend of mine who was a very, very talented man, highly educated, IIT, IMM fellow he was, right? And something happened that broke his heart, right? And he got into a particular mode, and I tried to help him for many, many years. So one day I took him for a very, very inspiring lecture by an American person to Chennai. That was many years ago. So I paid the airfare also, I paid for the program also, everything. And then we are coming back to the airport. So I asked him, so how was the program? Do you know what his reaction is? अरे वो तो हमको प्रेरित करने की कोशिश कर रहे थे. He was trying to motivate us. So I said, bloody fool, get motivated, na? So there is something called indifference. We get into that state, कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. ये दुनिया, ये महफिल, मेरे काम की. So where is the attention on that time? Attention can be switched to, okay, now what? ये हो गया, so what? Now what? अब क्या करना है? Where should I put my attention on? Unfortunately, we get stuck into that mode, for a long time. Like a broken record, वही एक ट्रैक बार बार बजता लगता है. दुनिया का कोई एतबार नहीं किया जा सकता है, सब साले चोर हैं, कोई फायदा नहीं है कुछ करने का, कुछ नहीं होने वाला है, and you meet people like that. अरे ये बड़ी बड़ी बातें छोड़ो, बड़े लेक्चर सुन लिए हमने, है ना? जो है सो है, हम जैसे हैं वैसे ही ठीक हैं, तुमको क्यों चिंता है हमारी? All that shit. See, each person is stuck in his own loop, you know that? And we are all stuck in our patterns. Some people, they'll always find someone who will cheat them. Some people will find that they are on the pinnacle of success, then something will happen and tada, whole thing comes down. Ultimately, we land up in the worst state because we have allowed the world to influence us. क्या किया हमने? हमने दुनिया को हमें प्रभावित करने दिया. And how is the world influencing us? Through our feelings. And our feelings are directly impacting our actions. So tell me, guys, when you're enthusiastic and when you are inspired, then what kind of actions do you have? Just think about it. Don't tell me. I know. When you are depressed or in a state of indifference or sad, what type of actions do you have? When you are in a state of perpetual suspicion of everybody, what type of actions do you have? When you are a person जिसको किसी में अच्छा नजर ही नहीं आता है, you will find out something bad about someone or the other. कुछ तो खराब है. We call them fraud patrol in Access, They have to always find out what's wrong with someone. So there is a feeling that makes them be like that. Na? There is a feeling inside. So the environment or Vatavaran, as it is called, is influencing us through our feelings. Now look at the world around you. Is that world designed or interested to motivate you positively? Have they any interest in you? And the world, what is it doing? Is it positively influencing you? Every morning, are you listening to people coming and singing to you, Desh ka pyara, sabka dulara, kaun banega? Is anybody asking you that? We are actually being bombarded with a whole lot of negativity. So what happens to our feelings? If you look at most people, what's the feeling you are having in the morning when you wake up? You get up with joy and say, hey, wow, I'm going to have this fantastic day. Is that the feeling we get up with? No. So coming back to the point, if the circumstances, यानी अगर परिस्थितियां, if they are influencing me through my feelings, अगर मेरे ही जज्बातों से परिस्थितियां मुझे प्रेरित या प्रभावित करती है, then why don't I learn to generate my own feelings so that I can give my 100%? Why should I let anybody else influence my feelings? Why should I not generate my own feelings? And there are people who do it all the time. I mean, actors क्या करते हैं? Good actors are generating. Simple. If anybody can do it, I can also do it. So if you have a choice to generating something, what would you like to generate now? You can generate enthusiasm. You can generate joy, generate whatever you want. So what we do here is generally we generate a lot of happiness by generating laughter. So all of you please join together with me. When I say 1, 2, 3, we will all laugh 100%. And if you don't want to disturb people, don't make noise. You can laugh 100% without making noise also. All right. So 1, 2, 3, go. And have you noticed that laughter is quite infectious? Okay, when you generate happiness, when you generate joy, others automatically.
Yes.
I'll tell you one thing more. A lot of us, we work with teams, we work with large bodies of people. All right. Now, you cannot tell them. People never do what you say. You can keep telling, "Arey, josh paida karo, thoda khush raha karo." Huh? Do you think they'll be like that? No. But if you are generating that happiness yourself, you are generating the josh yourself, then you don't have to tell them. They will automatically resonate with you.
Right.
Because feelings are very, very infectious, It's like when you are in a room and you yawn, 3 other people will yawn. It's like that. If you're in a great mood, and if you're generating positivity, you're generating enthusiasm, you're generating joy, automatically others will start resonating with you. Which one is good? Generating or letting other people influence your feelings all the time? There's a quality called resilience, which we possess to some degree, all of us. So resilient people, they learn the art of generating their own feelings because they know nobody else is interested in your feelings except to pity you. You are interested in your feelings, so you generate them, na? There's a word in Hindi, दूसरों का मोहताज क्यों बनना चाहते हो? I don't know what is the word for mohtaj in English. Hasina ji, can you tell me? I've never found the most appropriate fit word over there. Victim doesn't sound very good to me. And Niti, what is the English word for mohtaj? Huh?
Depending
On
on
the
someone.
Dependent. Yeah, mohtaj is, I think, a little
On the
more.
mercy of others.
Yeah, I shall not be at the mercy of others. Yeah, that's the one. Correct. I shall not be at the mercy of other people's feelings or other people's demands or other people's diktats. Yeah, I shall not be at the mercy of others. My feelings are mine. I will generate the feeling that I desire. How wonderful is that? Okay. So on that note, guys, time for our everyday shairi, and we will start with shairi from Hasina ji.
अर्ज क्या है? हम उनसे तो लड़ लेंगे जो खुले आम दुश्मनी करते हैं, लेकिन उनका क्या करे जो लोग मुस्कुरा कर दर्द देते हैं।
वाह 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 वाह, हम उनसे तो लड़ लेंगे जो खुल के दुश्मनी करते हैं, उनका क्या करें जो मुस्कुरा के दर्द देते हैं। वाह 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 वाह, हसीना जी आप क्या नगीने लेके आती हैं। हाँ, so what it means is I can fight with the enemies who are out in the open, but what should I do with those people who kill me with a smile, you know, who give me pain with a smile on their face, you know, मुस्कुरा कर दर्द देते हैं। Wow, 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 wow. All right, who's the next one? Anybody else with some lovely shairi this morning? Yes, Vipin ji.
So before Shairi, I want to share a moment of happiness in the last 2 days. 2018, I was in touch with Dr. Milind from IIT Bombay when I was finding out tabletop jaggery machine kaise banega. At that time, there was no community, no serving farmers. I was thinking alone. And last week, we took some technologies from him. And last week, our farmers went to IIT Mumbai on his request and served 78 families of IIT Mumbai, chuskis and whatever we make, different products, and paid well about that. And at that time, I was seeing that this is a fellow, when there was nothing, and I was telling him this is going to happen. And now he's the part of it, it happened like this. So that was a moment of joy.
Yeah,
So,
and that's the power of enrollment, my friend.
yes.
You're a very good enroller.
So now coming to
विपिन जी हम
शायरी,
लोग को कब चखने को मिलेगी?
सर मुंबई की तरफ कुछ होगा तो मतलब उम्मीद करते हैं। अभी
अभी तो
बहुत
मुंबई
नेसेंट
में
है।
हुआ था, मगर आप हमें मौका नहीं मिला, अनफॉर्चुनेटली।
ओके,
सो शायरी,
Yes,
मुश्किलों
yes, go
से
ahead.
भाग जाना आसान होता है, मुश्किलों से भाग जाना आसान होता है, हर पहलू जिंदगी का इम्तिहान होता है, डरने वालों को मिलता नहीं कुछ जिंदगी में, लड़ने वालों के कदमों में जहान होता है।
Wow, 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 wow.
good, good.
Fantastic. Reminds me of an interview I saw yesterday of Mr. Kumar Shanu, कि कितना इम्तिहान होता है। Very nice, thank you. Yes, प्रिया, कुछ और शायरी याद आ गई तुमको?
शायरी नहीं याद आई, एक मैसेज ऐसा देखा मैंने अभी, तो क्रिसमस आ रहा है, उस पे एक लाइन है, गिव मी योर फोटो सो आई कैन शो सांता व्हाट आई वांट फॉर क्रिसमस।
Oh, wow. Give me a photo so I can
Right
show
now,
Santa what I want for Christmas. So do you have a photo to show Santa? Priya?
not as of now.
मेरे दिल में है, प्रिंट कैसे करूं?
Yeah, somewhere hazy photo.
Very nice, thank you very much. और कौन है शायर? शारदा जी, good morning. How's everything? Are you hearing us? Okay.
Good morning, sir. All well,
Good morning,
sir.
good morning. How's mom?
She's better, sir. She's fine. She's at home and she's better.
And your brother is up and about now?
Yes, yes.
Chalo,
He's
good.
also resting at home, but he's fine. Yeah.
Okay, nothing serious, no? That accident?
No, no, nothing, sir. I mean, it was bad. Just, I mean, by God's grace, everything is okay now. Yeah.
Okay, great, fantastic. All right, so I guess we have now Shri Kunan Shahidi with his Shairi. Go ahead.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
थैंक यू। और शायरी जनाब याद आ रही है कि आए हो निभाने को जब किरदार जमी पर, आए हो निभाने को जब किरदार जमी पर, कुछ ऐसा कर चलो कि जमाना मिसाल दे, कुछ ऐसा कर चलो कि जमाना मिसाल दे।
Right, you come in this world, so you might as well do something for which the world will remember you.
As an example.
Right, we will remember you for your Shairi for sure. And your voice. All right, thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day and create something. See you
Yeah.
guys. Bye. God bless
God
you.
bless everyone.
Bye bye.